Bad blood. That would be you. And I don't think this works. I'll just go ahead and press it. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Well, up until 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in this story. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Huff, puff. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright, the so-called ace attorney. What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright's innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. Normally you want to oppose what the prosecution wants to do, but in this case, the prosecution is just going to be his undoing, so. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, yes, my name is, Phoenix Wright. My job is, ace attorney in training. I mean, I guess I'm a suspect. Oh no, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh. Ugh. That big coffin started to get me to real cough a bit there. I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you're suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swell. But I didn't do it, Mommy. I'm innocent, I tell you. I am not your mommy. I'm telling you, I was... The defendant, please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us. You got that mask. Use it for a reason. Correctly. The correct reason to use it. It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relationship to the victim. Right away, Your Honor, sir. Sirness. Bring it on. First testimony. The victim and I. Sitting in a tree. K-A-S-S-I-N-G. I admit I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Oh, Phoenix. You used to be such a slip-upper. And again, even in the present day, you still slip up quite a bit. I see. So you hardly knew the victim. But still you knew he was British somehow. Or at least a British wannabe. Right, like I said. Phoenix just channeling the judge there for a second. Speaking of channelings, segue, right? We're playing an Ace Attorney game, so common question of the day. What's your favorite Ace Attorney game so far? Mine, I know off the top of my head, it is Justice for All, definitely. It was Ace Attorney Investigation for a while, but Justice for All has taken that spot now, so Justice for All is number 1, Ace Attorney Investigation is number 2. So yeah, tell me in the comments what your favorite is, tell me your reason. I'd tell you my reason, but you'd probably get mad at me for not advancing the game. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Ooh, it looks like the judge understands. Muff. They're being naive, you know. Too naive. Huh? It seems you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be... this witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness testimony contains any contra-waffle-dictions. Any waffle-contradiction-waffles? No, contra-waffle-dictions. If witness is lying, the statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright's my client. Even if he is your client, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see, and not in a comical foof kind of way. What does he mean by that? Saying the testimony just now that there was a lie, a contradiction? Yes, a very obvious one. Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Would you? How could this happen to you? I admit I was there. Oh, there's that health bar again. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. Hardly knew the guy to begin with. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Now I believe, is it this button? Yes. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Yeah, true. Well, Mr. Wright, I made a good objection, right? I did good, right? I'm not wrong, right? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I'll give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. Stop being a dumbass. Hopefully you won't repeat this process in the future. Hopefully I won't have to see you anymore in the future. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well, you see, quite. He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Well, is that so? But I have a crime photo that... How do I check the button? Is it like... This? I didn't mean to do that. But the point is... Let me just show it the hard way. If you go to the picture... Check... I'm not sure what button does check on the controller. You can see he has a jacket on. So, you can't really see his shirt. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I was just trying to figure out how to actually, you know, check it without using the mouse. I'm not sure if I can. But that's okay. I don't need to always not use the mouse. It would just be preferred. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Or Onion Jack? Or certain you saw Jack? Jack and Jill went up the hill? Fetch a pail of water? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing written on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! The Onion Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Bitch point! Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Epic speed lines. Please forgive me. Here, you've made our client cry. So what? He was lying. Let him. That pee on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. Pussy. Can't believe I trusted him. Mr. A was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. Did I go too far? Oops. By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? I just pressed the A button to check in. Dumb me. Yeah, I took some, but, Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? The cold killer that Mega Man uses. Guaranteed. Guaranteed by a robot. Not the best guarantee now that I think about it. Oh yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How'd you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? You fell right into my trap card. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. I know where this is heading. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? He lost it. Does this even have anything to do with the case? Oh, it has everything to do with the case. In fact, it's the most vital piece of evidence in the whole trial. Mr. Wright. Shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? My pompadour ejects to your face. Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at it. Another look. Another photo from the crime scene. Look, photo, another crime. Same crime, another photo. What is this? In the victim's hands, it's Cold Killer X. Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. It's circumstantial bullshit. We need real bullshit around these parts. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that's wrong. You see, my bullshit is as bullshit as it gets. There's nothing circumstantial about it yet, lady. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. There's some shit called fingerprints where I come from. Some bullshit, to be exact. Gasp! Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine dropped by Mr. Wright and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Yes, quite. Evil laugh. Yeah, more like jerk laugh, not really evil. Order in the court. Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well. The court will accept them into the record. The court record. Crime photo 2. Nice. And Cold Killer X. Nice. Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Let's go ahead and take a look at those then. We've got this picture. He's got a watch on. That could be important. And then we got the bottle of Cold Killer X, which is a little broken, which also could be important. The other thing we got is that Cold Killer X itself found clutched in the victim's hand, covered in Wright's fingerprints. But was it covered in Doug Swallows? If not, then there's a clear contradiction. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Speaking of electricity, segue. Sure. What is your favorite elemental power? I mean, I guess it depends on the elemental system you use, because different ones have different elements. In fact, if we talk about the Avatar: The Last Airbender elements, electricity isn't an element into itself, it's just an extension of fire. In fact, let's go ahead with that. Let's talk about the Avatar version of air, water, earth, and fire. The Last Airbender Avatar version, not the Blue People Avatar version. Of those four elements, what's your favorite? Mine is earth, because metal bending is boss. That's, I don't know, earthbending seems like the most generic of all of them, but, you know, Toph takes it to the metal bending, and it looks, I don't know, it looks fancy. I like it. So yeah, let me know what your favorite bending is. Yeah. Switch it from general elements to bending. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some sort of explanation for all this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids. We don't need to hear about that right now, Roseburg. We really don't need to hear about that right now. Anyways, what really happened? Witness testimony. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind the building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3, we split up. Is that not the time of death? Yeah, 3 p.m. So about the time you split up is when he died. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. Why'd you go back? I've been taking cold killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my oh, there we go, that's why. Bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. But no, wait, that doesn't explain why you went back. Never mind. So why'd you go back? Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. Well, it's not completely different, it's just, adding in a couple new things. It's not completely different, though. Give him some slack. Chill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. If anyone can handle the truth, it's me, bitch. He'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell me any more lies. Don't tell anyone any more lies. Stop lying, be honest. Tell the truth. So what do we got? The truth is, I went because he called me. Is that so? Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is... it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. What was that for, Mia? At the time when I saw this, I kind of thought, Mia did that because she doesn't have a boyfriend. It was in her character to just get really angry when other people talk about having a girlfriend or boyfriend. That was my initial thought to it, but and I think that's what your initial thought is supposed to be, you know, until you actually find out why she's doing that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dolly Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see.